Jasper. Nestled within Jasper National Park, it's home to some of the most beautiful sights in the Canadian Rockies. From towering peaks to powerful waterfalls and crystal clear lakes, it creates an environment that's both wild and serene. However, in 2024, that serenity was broken when a fast-moving wildfire tore through the area, burning 79,000 acres of land and taking 300 buildings with it. Behind me is Whistler's Campground. I'll throw in some photos of me here in 2006 to just show you how much it's changed. If you look behind me right now, almost all of it is burnt down, besides a few trees. The photos I'm showing on screen right now are from 2006 pre-fire, and the difference is drastic. Now, it might be hard to truly understand how big 79,000 acres is, so I'm going to try to break it down as easy as I can. If we take 1 acre, that's approximately 4,840 square yards, and a football field is around 6,400 square yards. Using those numbers, we can assume Jasper lost over 60,000 football fields worth of land. So in today's video, we're going to be exploring Jasper and surrounding area and checking in on the rebuild progress. But before we do that, we actually need to understand what happened in 2024. So in 2024, a wildfire tore through the area, as I said previously, but it was so dangerous it actually took the life of one brave firefighter by the name of Morgan Kitchen. It also destroyed $1.3 billion worth of property, according to the Federal Bureau of Insurance. Similar to the 2016 Fort McMurray wildfires, this came as a shock to the local community. Now, Jasper has always been a smaller town, as their 2023 high school graduating class only had 168 graduates. So it's been 2 years since the wildfires. While debris removal might be nearly complete, only 15 of 358 properties have actually been rebuilt, which is approximately 4%. And Jasper isn't the only Canadian community to deal with wildfires. So, how does Jasper's rebuild compare to other Canadian rebuilds? Well, in 2016, Fort McMurray was hit by a devastating wildfire that burned over 1.5 million acres of land. That's around 1.1 million football fields of land. It also damaged $3.5 billion worth of property. Total home losses were over 2,400. Now, 2 years after the Fort McMurray fire, they had 528 properties rebuilt, which is around 21% of total losses. If we look at Jasper right now, 2 years later, they only have 15 buildings lost, and their total losses were 358. So how is Fort McMurray building almost 150% more buildings than Jasper in the same time period? To understand that, we first need to understand who is actually responsible for the rebuild. So there's 3 moving parts to consider when we're talking about who's actually responsible for the rebuild. First, we have the municipality of Jasper. Secondly, we have the provincial government of Alberta. And lastly, we have Parks Canada, or the federal government. Now, since we're in a national park, the responsibility does fall on the federal government. So what have they done so far? Well, besides dedicating 10.5 acres of land to temporary housing, they've also created the Jasper Recovery Coordination Center. This oversees everything from policy change, debris removal, temporary housing, and economic recovery. 2 things that they have done so far that I think are notable and worth mentioning is 1, the removal of 2-stage building permits. Typically, when building in Jasper, you would need a permit for the foundation and then another permit for the actual structure you're building. The removal of this is supposed to make the building process smoother. Secondly, they've changed how compliance deposits work. Typically, when building in Jasper, you need to put up a lump sum of money as a compliance deposit before actually building the property. Now that compliance deposit is only due after occupancy, which is supposed to make building easier. Has this actually made an impact? I'm not necessarily sure. I don't know if I'm fully qualified to speak on that, but I would love to get your thoughts in the comments. So if you are interested in helping out the people of Jasper, I will be leaving a link in the description to the Jasper Community Team Society. They are a registered nonprofit, and that should be the first link in the description.
So I already see the comment coming saying, Cameron, you know, it hasn't actually been 2 years since the wildfire. I know, it's only been 1.5 years, but still, these numbers just don't make sense to me. We really should be farther along than we are. I've talked to a few people off camera. I've talked to a student of forestry, and I've been talking to some locals in Jasper, and it doesn't really make sense why the rebuild is taking so long. I understand we're in a national park, there's different guidelines, but it's still, it doesn't really make sense to me. So that's kind of why I'm making this video. I honestly just wanted to get a conversation started about this topic that kind of means a lot to me. I like Jasper, I like camping, I'm an outdoorsy kind of guy, and it doesn't make sense to me that it's taking so long for the rebuild. So I kind of just wanted to make this video, get the information out there, get some thoughts in the comments, and kind of just start a discussion. I really appreciate you making it to the end of the video. If you did enjoy it, leave a like and subscribe and all of that. And I think I'm going to try to make some more informative video essay-esque style videos, so thank you again for watching, and I'll see you later.